guidance of our Brahman sir and the direction of our DC madam. And accordingly, we talked to Delhi region and a few more people who are working on it. And we also worked with Google team. And I always deem it lucky to have a principal with computer qualification qualified, because as per government policy, every organization should be having a person called an IT officer. And we are very lucky. In other regions, they have VP as in charge admin and PGTs as in charge admin. Now, to assist RO, we have got so definitely our region, this project will be a very successful one. And in that connection, I should thank Mr. Rakesh for swing into action and whatever instructions given, and whomever we gave address, he contacted immediately, he made it possible. And today we are here with schools connected. I'm very happy that all the schools are onboarded. I've been observing since morning. 50 schools are already joined. And today, 1 hour of training will be given for the schools. From here, how we will go ahead. What is the path ahead? I am very happy because many of the schools you told that you are already doing Google through personal IDs. Connecting Google through personal IDs may become a problem. If not now, some other time after the COVID situation, there may be interruptions. The method that we have adopted to go and register the region will help all our schools to have a longer connectivity and better facility, more safety. And so I would like to thank on behalf of RO, Mr. Rakesh, for taking this responsibility. I also appeal to all principals, without thinking too much about seniority or juniority, all these things, for a common cause, you should cooperate full-heartedly, and whatever suggestions you have to do, you may tell me accordingly. This will be communicated, and all things will be taken care. As such, I am very happy that this is started today, and with the blessings of Madam and with the close guidance of our Brahmanandam sir, and with my own behalf from all three of us, we thank all of you for joining this meeting. I once again welcome our respected DC Madam, our respected Assistant Commissioner sir, and all principals, in charge principals, HMs, and the teachers who are gathered here. With the permission from the chair, I would like to request Rakesh to take over the first two, perhaps 45 minutes to 50 minutes. You can conclude, Rakesh ji, and future if they have any doubt, we will be able to tell them. And all of you, we can mute your mic, and if you have got any doubt, you can make a note of it. At the end, all your doubts you can type in the chat box, or you can read out at the end. Now over to Mr. Rakesh.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of the Chennai region regional office, this work was entrusted to me. I bear the responsibility, and I thank DC Madam and both our AC sirs who have guided us in all these things. Let me just, without taking much time, let me just move on with the presentation part. We will have two parts in it. Actually, the first part will be related with what is this G Suite all about, 4 or 5 slides, and then because as such most matter is available in the public domain also, and we are all aware about this thing. I will just brief only the minimum things, and then I will have a little hands-on training, and I will display what has to be done. If you are having access to a machine there, you can try it out yourself also, or later also you can try and you can just pass the message to me. In case any difficulties, definitely we are there. From just keeping the regional office in loop, please send the details. We will definitely help you out. With this, I will just move on with the presentation. I'm presenting my screen. You can just see it. Is it visible, sir?
No, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
visible.
Yes, sir. We will move forward with a quote. Let me just start. We know that the famous quote which keeps us moving ahead. Okay. The basic area which we will cover is what is this platform about? Why we need G Suite for education? That is G Suite for education. What is the difference between it? And how to access this platform for the Vidyalaya? And what is the role mapped by RO for the Vidyalaya administrators? That is basically principals, either directly principals or responsibility delegated to the other teachers there. And what actions have the administrators to take? How we are going to classroom integrate it, and what are the basic issues that we are facing now in classroom and meet, and how we can overcome here, and what about how to integrate various apps, why we should not do it, why we should do it, both these things part with a just slide I will be doing it. The last one will be how to go about what will be the next stage about it. So we will move on with what is this platform all about. It is just a brief literature. As you see, the platform, it is a model already available on the Google Cloud. It is a software as a service model. That means there is no need for us to work on any of the hardware or the software part of it. Only we have to install one app or we have to access it through the website.
Rakesh, the
However,
screen is
I
not
will-
shared. Hello?
It is shared. It is shared, sir.
It's not visible here. Just find
Just a minute. Let me just check it out. So let me just check it out.
You see the presentation and pin it. It is visible,
Please.
but those who are not able to
Please.
look at the presentation in the checkbox and then pin it so that you can see.
It is visible in my computer as well as in mobile.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, on the screen, on your Meet screen, there will be an option called and Rakesh presenting. Just click on that and press the pin button. So please switch off the mics also, sir. Yeah. First you are using in the headphone, there is a lot of noise for them.
Sir, Mr.
Thank you.
Vishwanathan and Mr. Alagindi, they are not muted their mic.
Pardon, sir?
Yes, yes.
No, no, sir, he will not mute and he will record.
Mic mute பண்ணலையா? Mic mute mute.
I request all principals to please mute their mics, all principals and teachers to mute their mic. Yeah, thank you. So do a little adjustment just so that the people also. Wait. I'll just mute few people there and then I will come back. I will come back to the presentation. Just
Vishwanathan, sir,
people are not connected. So, sir, let me just-
mute your mic.
Yes, sir, please.
Is it visible, sir, now?
It is visible. You go ahead. It is visible.
Yes,
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. I was just waiting for that call. Sir. Okay, sir. So, the basic idea is that we will be able to get a platform where we will be having a LMS. LMS means the learning management system. Till now, whatever we have been working in the personal IDs, there were some restrictions. I will brief it down very soon. And now this will allow us to have a little bit more freedom, and we can able to control who is watching, who is not watching the screens, and all those things can be controlled. So the student-to-student collaborative learning also can take place through this. And there is a possibility, if we activate the parents, if we bring the parents also on board, then we can send communication directly to parent also, which was not allowed in the personal G Suites or the personal email that we were using there. Here, we can establish some certain skills that are required, which were restricted in the other environment. And we can go ahead with creating a lot of hot questions and paperless classrooms. But the best thing about it is that the principals can see in which class what activity is going on. When the reports are being submitted, when the homeworks are submitting in their domain itself, the statistics can be seen there. Analytics and reporting engines are available. And moreover, the teachers will also get some tools like the grading tools. The auto grading tools will be available to the teachers also. And that is where there are other learning tools also, like the Jamboard integration becomes easy. The on site, Google Sites can also be linked there. The Diksha platform, which we were actually passing through as a separate link, can now be sent directly to the children, can directly be integrated into this and sent by the teacher itself. Notes can be sent. So these are few advantages that are there. As and when you are going through the platform, you will come to know more about it. Let me just move one more step ahead, and this gives us why it is better for the teachers now. Why Google G Suite for education? The difference between the Google G Suite, which we all were using, and the Google G Suite for education is that here the concept of teacher first is taken more. In the other one, it can be even the businesses, it can be any training session and another thing. Here the concept that it is for K-12 education or higher education, that is taken care. And there is a situation where we can see the students' submission, and it is possible. For example, you can see there is a Google form option there. It was there available with you in the previous version also. Here you get an option that the quiz which is generated, automatically the marks goes to the child, and the marks in turn gets added automatically to the teacher's account also. So there is no need for the teacher to sit down and type down the marks. So this gives a better resource for the teachers also, and thereby saving time for the student submission. There is a facility of the rubrics also getting integrated with the grade also. So these all facilities are possible. We will go further deeper into it when we discuss the classroom sections. I will just show one glance about the classroom, and then we will move ahead with the other things later. Okay. So basically, the G Suite for education is a platform which is meant only for the K-12 or higher education purpose. There is no corporate training and other things involved. It is free for teachers. The advantage is that you have to be registered through a school domain. A school domain only, it has to be registered, and it should be under an NGO. A non-profit mission should be there behind it. A statement of this should be submitted there. All these things we have taken care at the regional level, and we have generated all these things. Actually, once the G Suite is applied for, it takes around 14 days time. But with the support of our regional office at RO and Delhi, and as well as at our Chennai region, and our constant support behind them, running behind them, we were able to do it within a 2 days time. And now the platform is available for the Chennai region, and it is free of cost for all the schools now. Till September 2020, you can use it for the maximum. Thereafter, if the conditions are changed, we will let you know. Coming to the next part of it, how to access G Suite for education. Okay. using any, as I told in the beginning, using any web browser on a mobile or laptop, iPad or desktop, you can access it. The only thing that you have to remember is that you should log in with your name that is given to you as PPL VNM at chennairegion.in. That word KVS chennairegion.in, that is the most important one, that you have to log in with that ID only. For all these actions, you have to log in with this ID only, not with the @gmail.com ID. It is only personal and business email as such. Let me brief it out. If you are using personal email and business email, like rightly pointed by our Sandil sir also, today it may be not be an issue, but tomorrow there may be lot of issues. So it is better we move on to this domain-based platform. It is safe for the children also, and we can use it within our area only. Now itself, when we were trying to conduct meeting, the outside participants will not be allowed unless we permit. We explicitly grant permission. Even if they have received the invitation, they have to wait. There is no other option. Around another 7 updates are coming as per the requirements from various teachers of KVS, also as NVS and other schools. Some more updates in Google G Suite is coming. It is on the way. So we will be getting a much more robust platform for the children to use. So once we finish the login, after giving the changed password, you have now almost 30 to 45 people are on the board. Remaining 1 or 2 are having some difficulty. Once all of them are coming on board, you can use your changed password. The default password is given to you now. And after logging in, you have to use the changed password only. But some teachers were calling me and they were not finding it. They were finding some difficulty using that password again. Yes, that password is only one-time password. Within 24 hours of issue of that password, it has to be used. Otherwise, again and again, it has to be reset. The same thing, what we have done for the schools now, it has to be replicated down the lane. So how to do about that is what we are going to look very soon. So once you log in, please click on the 9 square icon. The 9 square icon is the 9 dots that are available next to your account name. It is called the 9 square icon. You can click on that and you can see a number of Suite services available to it. So basically, G Suite for Education brings a control over all the software that are going to be used by the schools. So you can get access to the classroom in a much more better way. You get access to Meet, and the Meet and classroom is already integrated. You need not worry about giving daily meeting IDs also. The Meet, the doc and the classroom also gets integrated. So there also you can access it very easily. Apart from that, there is an option for the forms already I have told. Calendar integration is also possible. Calendar integration, when we are looking for the personal Gmail account, it only sends the information to whomever we specify. But in case we want this calendar, you have already received today one invitation based on the calendar. So using this domain platform, whenever you send an invitation, the invitation goes to all the members of that domain. So the ease of sending reports, the ease of sending invitations all becomes more fruitful for the teachers. So the teachers get benefited. They can schedule the timetable directly on the calendar. That also I will show just down the lane so that you can pass the message down to the teachers also. Then there is the Jamboard. As we know, Jamboard is two concepts. One is the hardware concept, which we have to bear cost for buying. And as such, we are not authorized to buy now. But the Jamboard software can be used in the Meet along with the classroom also. And we can use it very successfully, especially for teaching maths and like these concepts. We have a drive, a special drive for these things. Previously, whoever has used the personal email, their drives were stored by all personal details of the parents or the students, which is against the ethics policies and which is against the privacy rules. So here we will get the domain-based drive which is shared for all the users. And there are other many facilities like Vault, password keep, and all those things are there. We can see it. All these things are available on that 9 square box, and you can click on it, drag and put it according to your need. It can be arranged. This part I will just show in the hands-on training within another 2 slides. Okay. Let me move on to the next slide. What is now the role of the Vidyalaya administrators? What is the role of the Vidyalaya administrator, the principals of our region? So the structure in the G Suite is exactly similar to our the KVS organization structure. So as such, the Vidyalaya, for the Vidyalaya, the principal is the access point for RO. Similar to that, in this G Suite also, all principals are the Vidyalaya administrators. Everything will be done through them only. And they are the one who decides whom to be included in the groups. And they will decide in which direction the classroom traffic will flow, whether it will go to the students, whether the parents, or whether the teacher can send directly messages. All these things can be controlled by the classroom. The classroom traffic, the stream, can be controlled by the principals. Almost all the activities can be controlled with the OU. OU stands for the organizational unit. OU is a word used in the G Suite. It is called as organizational unit. Apart from that, whenever RO demands any reporting or any system reporting in case of any eventualities of not connecting all those things, then it is only through the admin we can connect and we can find out what has happened in that particular school. To be very precise, the entire thing is visible at the DC office level, our AC SIR's office level, all AC office level. These are the 4 points at the regional office, which is all the things that are happening in the region can be visible. It will be only visible. It will not be accessible directly, because the same way as the organizational structure goes in, the principals are empowered only to go into the classrooms. Slowly, when we develop as per the directions of the RO, we will be integrating all other facilities also into. Now you may see only 1 or 2 features, but slowly the other features will be also moved on to your domain. Once you are thorough with this particular controlling the system. Actually, it is very simple. Only thing, it is having 2 different views. One is the background view and the other one is the foreground view. The foreground view is the one only which we were using till now. Through our personal email IDs, we were using our system, and all our data was available with the Google domain. They were handling that. Now the principals and the RO point will be handling all the domain, and the teachers will be able to see the front end. So only the role of Google domain has removed, and it has given to the Chennai region domain. That much only difference it has happened. Just after the next slide, we will move on to the actual hands-on training. So what are the basic actions that the administrators have to do? So these are the things that I will be covering on the demo part. You can just watch the demo, and once it is clear, we will come back here and we will discuss that thing. So the basic things are how to log in into G Suite. Almost all of us have now logged into G Suite. How to activate the admin console, that I will show. And then what are the organizational units that are there, how to create the next units, and then how to bring staff and students. So these the four jobs, the creating OUs, onboarding staff and students, verifying staff and student details, this has to be done online by the administrators at the school. Let me just move on to the hands-on training. If up to this everything is okay, we will just move on to the hands-on training. So is my screen visible?
Yes.
May I have?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, you proceed.
Yes, sir. Sir, the first step. This is only for administrators, I am telling. Other teachers' role will not play these things. It is only for the administrators. The first step is please log on to admin.google.com. Admin.google.com. Either directly or through your Gmail account also you can do. Okay, you can type down admin.google.com. This is the interface that you receive. This is the interface that you will receive there. This is the single sign-on structure for all Google account. Whether you use Gmail or anything, this is the sign-on account that you are using. Just have a watch on to my cursor point. Just watch on it. You can see here this particular one. It shows clearly that I am having no account logged on. Please ensure that no account is logged on whenever you are logging in to admin to restrict unknowingly some incidents happening through the personal account. Okay, so please log out of all your accounts and then only log into admin.google.com and use the email that you have been provided from the regional office, that is having a format PPL. I'm typing my school and it should be the full email ID.
KVS.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's coming, sir. Yes. And please key in your password. This is the interface that you are reaching. I will zoom it a little bit for others to see. There are 4 buttons that are coming. Users, the organizational units, the security, and the support. We'll repeat: users, organizational unit, security, and support. Now, as such, you can see this much only. And by default, certain settings have been made from the regional level, wherever this thing can be seen. But from at the regional point, there is number of options that are available in the dashboard. Okay, so please, this will be the interface. Towards your left side, you can see the 3 options, the 3 menu, the main menu system. And you can see your directory, users and organization structure and security rules. Either you can access through this way or directly from the home tab. This is this window. This window is the home window. The window which we are now staying is the home window. And you can access through it. Okay. Should I repeat this?
Yes, sir. One more time, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, log in to admin.google.com. First step. Key in your principal new account, the new account that is given to you, PPL KVVNM at kvsregion.in. Put the password and it will come to this interface. You can directly access the interface. So the principals can directly access this interface through the 9 square here. Please watch the my mouse position, pointer position. The 9 square is this one. If you click there, you can see this is the various options that you are having now. You can see there is an admin. Clicking on this admin will leave you to this particular screen also. You can use this admin also to connect with it. Also, whichever option you are using frequently, you can click and drag and put it on the top also easily it will be available at any position, whichever you want. So that is the options that are available there. There are other lot of facilities. We will discuss that classroom and the meet and the calendar, these three things very soon. Coming to what we have to do now. That is the question that will be in the minds of all our staff as well as our principals there. So once you reach there, please click on the organizational unit. Click on the organizational unit. So please, I think we can keep a note of these steps. Don't move one step ahead or one step behind. It should be followed in a sequential way. As loads, we can see all schools are there under the Chennai region. Just I will scroll for your information. The screen is loading. You can see all the schools are there on the interface. Okay, the structure need is first our school code followed by our school name. Like that, we have to make a different structure for the school also. Okay. So if the principals try to access any other school ID as of now, it will not be able to access. Let me say I am trying to access KV Arakonam. You can see here. It's taking some time to load on. Okay. Okay, will try. Let me say I will try KV Sulur. You can see the options are dimmed. Options are dimmed. You cannot access any other KV directly. You can only access your own KV. Let me come down and come to Vijayanaranam. It's easy. You can search it here also. I'm just scrolling now just to show you. Yeah, here KV Vijayanaranam is there. Okay. Now you can see there are three buttons that are highlighted. So what we have to do, once again, I'm just repeating, click on the home portion and choose organizational units. Click home, organizational unit, come to your school. Easy to search with the school code. You can use the 4-digit school code. And once you reach there, you will see these three options coming there. Okay. Now just use this plus button. First step is to press this plus button. A new window comes up. It says create a new organizational unit. I'm just typing. This is the way you have all to follow this, please. The staff. This is the first one. Up to your school, we have made. The next stage is for the school level administrators to make. The first thing they have to make is staff. And without clicking anything else, you can click here. There is an option to edit here. Please don't do that now and just press create. So click on staff and press the create button. It will create a little, it will take a little time. Okay. And then you may need to sometimes refresh it to see the changes that you have made. Anyway, it will come. We will go for the next thing also. Once more, you click this, the second step. Second time, once more you click it. And this time it will be students. Staff over and then students. Press create and it gets activated. the message will come created organization students. You can see here under Vijay Narayanam, one arrow has come now and staff and students are also created. Okay. I think already Trichambar is on hands-on training. Very good, sir. Please, thank you. And next option. This is also next very important. Don't stay on this option now. Now come down to the staff option. Again, you will see a plus button there. Click on it. And this time put PGT. This time please watch Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan region 1809 KV Vijayanayanam. Then there is the option staff. Up to this it should be there. It should not be finishing either with Chennai Chennai region or with the school name. It should end with the latest created one, that is the staff. So press create button. So like this, you have to create for TGT and for PRT. I will leave that particular thing there and move on with the students there. I will move on to the students tab. And again, this time click plus here. This time we will move on with the class class 1 and be very specific, 1A. Like that, 2A, 3A, 4B, like that it goes on till your higher class. Let me say I'm creating 1A. Again, you can see here, Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan region 1809 KV, and it has come up to students. In the description, you can just put, this is only for later use, you can just put 2021. Why this particular nomenclature? I will tell you within 2 seconds. Press the create button. Okay, we don't know how this situation will prevail, how things are going on, and maybe in future also, whenever these things are a little bit stable also, once we open the school also, maybe this platform will have to be used again and again. So in that case, you can directly go, and once when your number of organizations increases, you can directly change this class name. You can directly change this class name through the edit option. You can change the class name through the edit option, and the next academic year can be mentioned here, and all the students that will be enrolled in this class 1A will be automatically moved on to class 2A. No need for again re-registration and all those things. This will become easy. If we put everything in this students option, directly in students or directly in the staff, later words, when we move up and down, there will be a lot of problems, lot of issues that we have to do, lot of work again we have to keep doing. The idea behind this is, during this week we will set it all right, and that is for once and for all. Even if it is going for maybe another 5 or 10 years also, this structure can carry forward. Class 1A, class 2A, class 3A, it will go on till class 12A also. So the idea, the structure is designed in such a way. In case by mistake you have moved on this to another unit, then you can use this option. The option will be available here, the second option. You can see move, the option comes there. You can move it to any particular school. At the RO level, it can be moved to any other schools. At your level, you can move it to any particular Vidyalaya if you want that also. That can be done laterwards. Now, we need not worry about it. If you just follow in sequence, if you all follow in sequence, this will be easily done. Now, yes, sir.
So, okay, what is the purpose for this moving to other portfolio?
Moving to other options.
As you said that it's other options, yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, the basic thing is that sometimes while creating, if by mistake we have moved our the organizational unit to some other options, we need to shift it back to the correct position. That time we may need this move organizational unit. As such, very limited if we follow this particular order, that is staff, PGT, PGT, PRT, there is no need for anything to be done. If we follow students,
but for other schools,
yes, sir.
But for other schools, it is inactive, no? That we cannot do any option there.
Each principal can only do it, sir. Each principal can only do it now. Now each principal can only do it. That administrator at the school level can do it. Teachers cannot do, no others cannot do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. In case any typo error has come here, you can go in for the third option. That is here, the 3 dots as usual nowadays. It is available. You have the edit and the delete options.
Just Rajesh sir, please allow Sri Kirti to join.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So don't worry, we will be circulating the printout of this also. And Rakesh ji, we will give the different steps by write-up also. That's why tell them not to worry. And the questions we will have it at the end. Quickly, we shall only say what is the next step. And future options we can do it at a later stage. Paucity of time is there. So exactly we'll tell them how to enroll, bring the teachers on board, how to bring the students on board. And even that Google Meet training, we'll do it separately. How to use Google Meet, another day we can have it. But every one of them will know. Today, what we decided that we will do only how to bring the students on board, teachers. That we please explain.
Yes, sir.
I am just informing all the respected participants that this will be circulated as we circulated the domain creation. Like that, we will give a screenshot of these and it will be given to you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, similarly like this, class 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, like that, the entire school can be mapped onto this particular system. So we can watch here now, just now you can see here, Vijayanaram is having now the staff, the students, class 1, like that. Like similarly in the staff option, you are having the PGT, PRT and other things. The net is little bit slow because simultaneously streaming to all of you also. Please bear with me. Yeah, here also you can see Trichy is also done. You can see here. Yeah, you can see now. Staff, PGT, like that. Similarly, you have to do for the PGT and PRT also. So I think with this, we will finish the organizational units and then come back to the home page. And you have the user options there. So we have finished the organization. Now the structure is made. We have to move on to the users integration. All the staff members have to be brought over board the system. So we'll move on with the user option now. I'll just zoom out it a little bit so that you can see the entire screen now. When the principal logs in, he can see these are the options that will be available in the structure. If you click on this button, the screen will reduce. Again, when you want to see it, you can press this greater than symbol or the arrow symbol there, and you can see the options available there, right? And you can see here now currently from RO level, only one user enrolled in this particular organization. That is at 1809 KV Vijay Narayanam. You can have as many as users possible. Coming to this particular thing, when you buy the normal G Suite, only per user that you register, when you buy a normal G Suite, this is one more important point, please keep it in mind, that whenever we buy a normal G Suite, only per teacher license we have to buy, and for every license, only 10 students are enrolled, and another 10 only when you purchase at 50% discount. So like that, it goes on for every classroom every day. Here in the Google Classroom for Education, which we have taken, you can integrate. In our region, we have approved for 70,000 students and staff members. So you can enroll up to 70,000, and in case it goes beyond that also, we at the RO level is permitted it up to 1 lakh. That is the count that is there, can be brought on our board. So need not worry about those things. We can do it very easily. Okay. So now we will move on how to add a user. There are two options for it. Please watch on my cursor point. There is a add a new user option. And add new user. If you have to add only 1 or 2 users, this is the easiest way. Okay. If you have more number of users to add, then this is the way you should follow: bulk upload users. Okay. So let me just show add a new user, and then we will go ahead with it with the other option. So I click on add new user. The same blue interface opens, and here we have the first name. I request all of you to just have a note of this particular thing. Whenever you are adding a staff, the name is okay. Whatever name you wish, you can put it there. Let me bring my computer science teacher overboard. And when you are setting the primary email, use a notation. Please use a notation. Let us say you can start with TR, so that easy for you to track it down later. Okay, TR, and followed by that you can put. Now the email is TR Shweta at KVS Chennai region.in, or you can put designation wise also Shweta PGTCS at KVS Chennai region.in. And the organizational, now here it is very important. You can watch here in this particular position, the organizational unit. It shows Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan region. Please click on the pencil icon there next to it. It opens this organizational structure. Click on the arrow button next to the school name. Next, click on the staff option down, and because she is cadre here is PGT, please press PGT. So I will just repeat these steps once again. I will repeat the steps once again for everybody to watch. You can click on add new user. This option comes down. Put her the proper record name, whatever is available at the school, and the email ID should start with TR. This will facilitate even the principal and the officials at the RO to find out whether currently Shweta is a teacher or a student. For student also we have some nomenclature, but this is better. We can just put a TR. We can filter it down with the name starting with TR. All teachers can be listed out very fast. Next, come to the organizational unit and click on this option. the pencil icon. Please click on the pencil icon there, edit option. It opens. Click on the arrow next to your school name. Click on the staff. According to the cadre, you put it in that particular organization. Here she is PGT, so I mark it as PGT and say done. Click done. It comes back to the previous window which we were using. Here it is good to put a secondary email and a phone number, though not must. It is not a must, but whenever they want to reset, this option will be useful. Please, if you can click off this option, because automatically generating a password will be difficult for every time to remember and pass it to the next person. So you can just click off this, automatically generate password, and you can put it a standard password. Let me say PR. I am now putting PR@1234. Okay, and ask for a password. This should be kept in the blue zone. This should be in the on. This can be put in off, but this should be mandatorily kept in the on position. And then press add new user. It will take few minutes and a new window comes. You can click to copy this password. There is an option here, click to copy. Please watch my mouse position. Click to copy password. You can just press it and say done. Now you can see the user has been added in your structure available there. So whenever we want to add an user, this is the option we have to follow. If it is a single user, if it is a bulk user, we can go for a CSV file upload. Now, most of all of us are aware about these things, how to upload the CSV file and other things. So I will just show that position and then we will move ahead. Okay. The bulk upload user option is available here. You can click on it and a new window opens. A maximum up to 500 users you can upload through this. It will take a minimum time only, but more than that, it may be delayed. So better split it class-wise and upload it. That will be always useful. Okay. Or cadre-wise you can upload, or as you wish you can do it. It is very easy only. Okay. Now, once you reach this window, down here you can see it. Download blank CSV template. Okay. Once again, download CSV template. Just press on that. And you can see here it is downloaded. Bottom you can see the downloads, it will be available. You can click on it. Just a moment, it is opening. Yeah. Now it is opened in Numbers. You can open it in Excel also. That will be quite familiar atmosphere for all of us. So we'll just move on with the Excel option and we can open it here. So as you see, it requires first name, the last name, and email address. I'll show you, this is the only thing, two things which you have to be very careful. Remaining, we can do it very fast. I'll just open it in Excel. Just download the template once again. Maybe some template is having some corruption. It is not opening. Let me just download it once again.
Mr. Rakesh.
Yes, sir.
Rakesh.
Yes, sir.
Better that you prepare a flow chart. Step by step, and forward it to all KVs, because if you forward these slides, they don't understand properly. So stepwise, how to create all these things, you flow chart you can prepare, and you can send it to all KVs so that the principals will give it to their teachers and teachers will do it. Okay.
Okay, sir. There is no issue there, sir. Okay, then in that case, sir, as we discussed in the previous option, I will just show you once again that part, and just we will move ahead with it. Because based on the connectivity speed also there is some issues. See, this is the first that you are supposed to give there in that Excel file. Then the surname also is mandatory, and the primary email ID. You can see here, whatever for any teacher when you give, it should be having TR. It should start with the TR followed by whatever name you finish, and @kvschennairegion.in. This is the most important thing, that you should put it in the Excel file. In the Excel file, I will circulate one sample of Excel file also, so that you can just put that as first line. A demo user will be there. You can copy that and you can do it also. Then if you want anybody to be placed in the appropriate unit, then you have to put that option also. I will show it in that particular slide. In that particular Excel file, I will circulate. I don't know. There is a small glitch in opening of that Excel file. Let me just see. If you want to put it in PGT, then it should be /1809 KV Vijayanaranam /staff/PGT. This much. If you just put it there, automatically these things will be done. Need not worry about other options there, and it can be uploaded. Once you finish these options, once the entire list is prepared, please keep it handy. You will read it in the classrooms also. Classroom purpose also need it. Please keep it safe in the Excel domain. You should instruct your teachers also to place it carefully, because they may need it again for their classrooms also. So that time you can just ask them to maintain it properly. And once all these things are over, there is an option here, that bulk upload users itself. That option shows attach CSV. It is like our normal email attachment. Nothing to worry. Just press attach CSV and click this upload button. All the steps are very simple. Those who have been using, all our principals have been using these systems for long. Gmail, that is the most advantage of it. So you can just directly click on this attachment CSV and upload. Okay. Or any PGT-CS attached with you, they can also do it very easily. Okay. Even without any flowchart or without any these things, they will be able to do it by themselves also. Only thing important is this structure should be followed very systematically. Then only at RO level things can be visible properly. Otherwise, that particular user will not be included in any of the listing, and his activities cannot be seen by the RO. So that part only you have to take care. So after clicking attach CSV, press on upload, and once you press on upload option, the information will come here. You can watch my pointer, please watch my pointer here. In this timeline, it will come here. And you can see the work completion. If any error report, anything, that will be reflected here in this case. You can see like this, completed option will come, completed user input. Like that, it will be done. Similar to this, when we are adding students, now coming to the student case. When we are adding student, please click on add new user and put the name of the student. Let me say Amal. I'm just typing Amal, and let his surname be Mr. Matthew, Amal Matthew. And coming to the primary email, how it has to be sequenced. It should start with STU, student STU, followed by the name Amal underscore his or her admission number. Let us say his case is 111. Okay, this will make you easy to find out the student in a later stage, because around plus 1,000 plus students may be there in almost all the schools. 800 to 1,000 may be there, or plus that also will be available in bigger schools. It will become very difficult to track down STU Amal alone. So the admission number also is essential. Either you can put an underscore, or if you are not comfortable with that, you can just put the admission number, the 4-digit admission number. Preferably use a 4-digit number. It's easy for everybody to track. So the first admission will be 0001 and the last admission will be 9999, like that. Okay, whatever is available at the rate kvs.chennai-region.in. And coming to the organizational unit.
Sir,
Yes,
one
sir.
doubt.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
If there are in such a situation, what we have to
Which
do?
one, sir?
Surname.
Sir.
See, first name is there, but there is no surname.
No surname, sir. You can skip, sir.
Yeah.
You can. What you can do is that it is only for display purpose. You can part name. You can put it in the first part, and the other part you can put it in the other one, or you can suffix it with a student. Student.
Okay.
That will be easy for you, sir. But in the system of the software industry, always the first name, last name is mandatory for all these things. Whether passport and all those things, everywhere it is there. So we have to follow it, sir. Then come to the student section, and you can choose the class. All the class listing will be available. You can choose the class 1A. Let me say here in my case, I'm having only currently class 1A. I choose that and say done. Okay. Now coming to the most important thing and the major flaw which we have all done during our April until now. Okay, we have been collecting the either the student's email ID suddenly created by the parent, because parent doesn't want his personal ID to be given. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. The student email ID here is not visible to anybody else other than the domain, but the secondary email should be only of the parent. More than one child, no issue. You can put that same email ID, and the phone number should be mandatory. The parent's phone number, contact number. These two things, please keep a safe check over this. This will necessitated with the privacy concern, the Child Rights Commission's concern, and all those things that I'm putting it here again. Okay. As per the cyber safety laws, within a domain, you are permitted to have any user, but within the open domain, the secondary email of the child should not be collected. Please, I'm stressing it once again. There are many issues that are already there ongoing in different parts. Please don't collect students' email, even if he or she belongs to 11th and 12th class, because in our Indian legal system, no child has crossed the age limit to have an email of its own, though unofficially they are making. So, but in our domain, add only parents' email. This should be only parents' email. So from the class teacher, the class teacher has to collect the student name, surname, and admission number, plus secondary email should be the parents' phone email and the phone number. Again, keep password off. By default, the Google understands what you have done previously and it goes the same direction. And you can choose any password you like. I am just putting here now student. Okay. And then ask for a password thing. This is also must. Okay. And press add new user. Steps are same. Steps are same. If you do it for one person, it can be repeated. Only the structuring should be proper with all these things. Again, you can go for copy the password and give it to that concerned child and say done. Within 2 minutes time or 2 seconds, it will reflect there. The changes will be reflected once the server accepts it. Okay. This is the same interface which the regional office is also watching, and they will be knowing that how many children are accessing, how many children have signed in, how many teachers have signed in. All that things are visible to all of us. There is, for very simple things, I can tell there is no need for any other literature. If you just log in with admin.google.com, go with this two options, the organizational unit and the users. Things are easy, nothing to worry. You can do it yourself. Please remain assured that it can be possible. Don't have any second thoughts. It can be done easily. Just follow the structures and it can be done. Once these things are over, the principal comes into the second job, the second phase of the job is to see that by mistake also no child or no other teacher is added. In case that person is added, he should be removed from the users. He should be removed from the users. If any unnecessary organizational unit is structured, that also should be removed from the user. Please follow these steps very systematically, and it can be done very easily. It can be done very easily. Once all these things are over, you can log out from your admin account. Logging out from your admin account also must, otherwise the server will log you out after say 30 minutes duration. There is a option there for all of you in this particular thing, the Meet and the Google Classroom. You can just try it out, as sir said, because the paucity of time and the joining and going out time we go far. So we will take up these two things in a later stage, or I will prepare some particular video for you and we can share it to each one of you. So we will just move back to the, yeah, here it is there, that Excel has opened. You can see the first name, the last name, the email ID, and here you can see that organizational unit part. If you put a slash, if you put the root symbol, those who are having technical ideas, they can understand this thing. If you put the root symbol here, all users will be put in the topmost. If you put slash staff, then under your unit, that means for example it is 1809 AV Vijaya Narayanam. You can copy this and paste it. It should be exactly same as it is. And if you put staff bar PGT, automatically it will go to that PGT section. No need for all that settings. Once this uploads, it will be done. I will send this particular one Excel file with two users, one student and one staff. All three cadres I will send. You can copy that and you can just continue with that same thing. It will become easy for you.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to know what is the password hash. Password hash.
Yes, sir. That actually this particular access we have stopped in our system. In our regional unit, we have stopped the system. So there is no need for doing a hash. Hash is actually a mathematical function which will convert your password to a different key, number of keys.
So we need not fill that column, no?
No need to fill that column. Sir, I will mark those columns which you need to fill and I will send to you. Once again, I'm showing it here. The first name,
Rakesh,
the last name. Yes, Sirji.
There are a lot of steps as sir advised, Brahmanandan sir advised. You prepare a flow chart and you will circulate it. And the schools, still if they have any doubt, they are free to call you. And today
Yes,
we have very little time left, so please wind up.
Yes, sir. I will just move on to the last slides and that will be finishing up, sir.
Okay.
Because, yes, sir. So, sir, I will discuss these things in a later stage. Even if you can call me on private chats, I will explain it to you. No issue at all, sir.
No, only one doubt, last doubt, that regarding email, when we ask the parents, they are creating, we told them not to create in the name of the child.
Yes, sir. Don't accept it, sir. Don't accept it. Don't accept it.
But they are able to create, I don't know how they are able to create in the name of the child.
Sir, they will change the age. Age they will change, sir. Age they will change, sir. All these techniques the people are aware, but they will change the age. So please don't do that, sir. I have just discussed 3 things, that is creating OUS for the remaining organization and onboarding staff and students, and about the verifying staff and student detail. Even if possible, you can verify in the Excel file itself, give the task to the teacher admin and they will verify it. And once after verification, if you upload, your workload can be reduced there also. After that, the staff training at the Vidyalaya level also should be done, and then a compliance report should be sent to the regional office. Our AC sir is already there. He will brief you about all those things. And in case any issues is there, you can report that to the RO, or in personally, you can call me also. In case, I will just pass the message on to you also. I'll just take a 1 minute time. If anything is there, we can discuss it out. This I will share it to you, sir. I will just share it to you. Sir, the last slide, I will just brief it, because why this G suit is required, many of our people will be asking. So this part I am just briefing it out, sir. May I have the permission, sir?
Yeah, quickly wind up.
Sir, this is the last slide which I will be discussing, sir. Okay, the major thing that is coming in our mind is, it is being already used at the school level comfortably. We are doing it. Why G Suite integration is required? As such, G Suite platform is giving you large number of licenses which you need not register individually for all softwares. Separately, you need not register. Once you register, it is available for you. It is free for education purpose, and it is having all the security concerns taken care of from the domain end. So it will be safe to a particular extent. You need not worry who is logging in, who is logging out. All these things will be getting recorded. As sir also told in the beginning, legal concerns are there when we are using child's name and other things, or in the open domain. Like when we share the photographs of the children or their activities that they have performed in a Gmail account, we believe that it is only known to us or our staff. No. Any similar email ID, it can be like kv.vijayanarayanam. There also this links goes. There also this information goes, not only to KV Vijayanarayanam. So they are able to see all those things. So kindly avoid such things, so that we can have all the legal safety for our teachers also. Many of the teachers who created the accounts, they know they have to supposed to sign an agreement in the beginning. That itself says that we will be not using it for school purpose. Okay, so please avoid using it for any K-12 business. This suit you can use for legal purpose. Then the reporting issues. Whenever the student wants to know his mark, the teacher is not having it online. When the principal wants to know what is the activities done, he cannot see it as a reporting chart or something. He cannot see. He has to wait the teacher to give it. In this case, it is available with the principal. Directly, he can find it out. Then teachers were facing correction issues, assignment correction issues were there, that they were finding it difficult on the mobiles. This solves the issue there. There is a rubrics already there. If you connect that rubrics in the classroom, automatically grading will be done. No need to worry about it. Automatically corrections can be taken care. Then the major issue about not recording the classrooms. As such, many of our parents don't have the net access. We are sending the recorded version. So again, the teacher is supposed to teach or has to pre-record it. So these two issues can be avoided. Now you are having recording facilities at the school level. And grading, importing issues. The children, the teachers were only knowing the account name of the parents. They did not know which name was that. Some funny names also were coming inside it. corona, like that, something like that. Okay. So all, and moreover, now the entire unit is available with you. You can raise any support issue 24/7. The Google team will be available with you to help you out, because this is their own product and they will be using it. But when we are using it in a personal email, it is not allowed that. But some teachers have gone over the board and they have integrated some apps. I am putting out here again once more. Why the green one shows why they integrate, and the red ones are the one which is the problem for us. They say it is freely available, very easy to integrate. Any app can be added in any Android, easy for completing the work at hand. And basic, the most important thing is work gets solved. The work is over. Principal has asked, so the work gets over. But when you install, already many of our principal called me and discussed also, some of them were having some issues in their phone also. When you install all these apps, they are free. But remember, in our system of software, there is nothing free. There are some privacy and access rights that they are taking up. So please avoid that. There is a misnomer among us that Google Play Store is a secure platform. No, it is not a secure platform. There may be some malware and other things along with these apps. So there are some good things and some bad things. The cons are more problematic. So please avoid that things. Whenever the Google developers are releasing, that only we should use. Because children are on the board, the most important for us is the cyber security, and it is at the always at priority number 1. So please take care. Please take care. Don't ask the teachers to integrate any app onto their software or mobiles and to finish the work. No, work will get over, but they will land in some other problems also. Okay. This is the schedule for the trainings that have to be done. Need not conduct any training for teachers for admin domain. Don't conduct any training for teachers at the admin domain. Already the teacher who is supposed to handle the admin is along with you today. And after the training gets over, all the training will be only for the classroom, G Suite, Gmail, app, and other those things. Once the training at your Vidyalaya is over, please send it to the organizing Vidyalaya email ID. We will be collecting it. I will send you the email ID. We will be collecting it, and all these best practices on various app platform, whatever your teachers are doing, whatever that is there, something new they have used the Google platform for, that we will send it to RO, and RO will be putting it in a common platform for all our Chennai region schools to discuss, to learn, and then to impart training in. Because in the online environment, nobody is smart, nobody is smarter, nobody is smartest. Everybody learn and keep learning and keep learning. That is the only way we will be doing better for our things. So as far as also our sir told, the regional organizers will be always available. Whenever you want, our services is available. I assure you, my services will be available to all of you. In case of any doubt, any situation, you can call me at any time. In case any doubt is there, you can discuss. Otherwise, this is the last slide. And I request our Sindil sir, AC sir, to just take over from here, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, Ragesh, for the exhaustive session. And we will stop recording now.
Yes, sir.
We will share it in the link so that they can replay and see. And as yes, our respected AC sir, Brahmanandam sir advised, a flow chart also will be prepared step by step for admin use only, that we can circulate to the principal site.